I'm gonna need those Kleenexes. Not quite. Okay, so why did that happen right there? I mean, that's all I do is interview people all day long. And, you know, I heard earlier somebody said, well, when do you ask somebody about network marketing? When it's a comfortable question to ask. That's when you ask them about it. Not when it's like right in the beginning of the deal and they don't know you and they think you might be from Pluto anyway. You want to develop relationships. At the level that those two are talking right there, asking a question about network marketing or anything to do with network marketing, we will see you later. You take care of yourself, you guys. Thank you for coming. It's so easy to ask questions when you're actually interested in the answer. You can ask questions about literally anything when you've developed a relationship. And you can say, how's the weather to somebody that, you know, you can ask something, you know, when you're acting creepy, you're creepy. Don't be creepy. That's the key to the whole deal is do not be creepy. And it's easy not to be creepy. You know, the whole thing with Denise and Nikki was so heart-touching because there was authenticity there. There was a lot of vulnerability there. And you could tell they connected even in front of all you people and on a camera with a lot of people. And that's what you want to do is develop relationships like that. And where you've missed the boat. Thank you, Scott. What he meant to say is I have something on my tooth. So anyway, my video last night was crazy. I thought I would be very funny with Adrian's poor kids, so we babysat them last night. They're going, where's Tom Tom? Where's Tom Tom? And usually I do something pretty creative to see the kids, but this time I decided, what you guys don't know, maybe you don't know, or maybe you do know, is like right before I went to Australia, my tooth fell out, my front tooth. Yeah. And so they were all, this was a false tooth and it started hurting. So I thought I'll go by the dentist and see what's going on. And the next thing I know, they yanked the tooth and I'm toothless. So they gave me this retainer, this cool retainer. They didn't even know they had them anymore. I've got it in now. And that's why I'm kind of lisping my words. And I almost feel like cupping it out and showing it to you. That's kind of like, but I freaked. Anyway, I walked in and I go, I'll pull my tooth out and really shock the kids. Well, it was too much of a shock and they're all in tears and they're all it was a terrible idea. But why I actually got with Nikki and Denise, why I actually felt that whole deal was because something pretty crazy is happening to my life these days that I never dreamt possible. And when I finally quit drinking in 1988, Adrian was a little 4-year-old boy and Courtney was born 2 weeks later. So I turned around and I didn't even know what was going on, man. It took me a couple of years to even realize I had 2 kids because I was so immersed in alcohol. So about 4 or 5 years into sobriety, I found myself finally looking at my life real hard and looking at what was going on there, and the marriage that I was in wasn't going to work. And that was a terrible deal for everybody involved. It was a terrible deal for the kids. It was a terrible deal for Adrian's mother because I had totally screwed up that marriage. I mean, it was a bad deal. I was a bad husband. Alcohol was my mistress in that marriage. And I was a terrible husband. And I messed up that marriage. There's no question about it. People say, I can't believe she left you. And the truth of it, and that was kind of my victim story for a while until I finally did the work around that and realized that Adrian's mom did not leave me. I ran her off. And it was irreparable. And to this day, I feel real bad about that, even though Denise hasn't been too bad a wife. Yeah. I messed that deal up. I messed it up badly. And Adrian's mom did an unbelievable job of providing. We had dual custody, and she did a great job of providing stability for Courtney and Adrian until Denise finally came along several years later, and it's worked out real well since then. But one thing that has happened over the last couple of years is Adrian left that big corporate America job and decided that he was in the same boat. He was in Zurich, Switzerland, and had climbed the ladder at a company, and he was in the rat race. He was in the corporate America jackpot, where every promotion he got was a great promotion financially, but it cost him time with his family and his life, and he jumped off the dock and came home. And like Nikki's father, I have been able to work for the last 2 years with Adrian, and it has been unbelievable. And it has been the greatest gift that you'll ever have in your life, to get to work with your kids. And he's here right now. He's developed something that takes what just happened with Nikki and Denise to a completely different level. Because when you're talking to people, you have no idea how important it is to memorialize that conversation, no matter how trivial you believe it to be. It wasn't trivial to the person on the other side of the table. And the best thing that people remember about you is what you remember about them. The best thing people like about you is what you remember about them. Get that. Use your heart, not your head, and it will change your life. So with that, I've got my little 5-year-old boy, Adrian. He's 5 now, and he's going to come up here and talk to you about what's going on with what he's doing, and how to take these 4 components of the interview to the document, to the follow-up, to the enroll,